talk to prove to you that I'm alive because there's no sound at the opening of this game. There's zero sound in it, and I don't want you to think that you are getting no sound because there is sound. I just need to quickly advertise that this show is in motion and we are about to go live because we are going live. Well, we're already live. That's pretty much the gist of it. But what I'm essentially saying here, underlying everything, is that I'm currently live right now, and I'm about to go live once more. Well, I've already gone live, and this is just me repeating the same phrase over and over and over again in order to hold on time while I quickly advertise on my social media that I am live. So, I hope everyone is having a good Sunday. And, okay. Copy. Alright, so I've just posted that on Facebook, and now I'm about to go do the same thing on my Twitter. And this is one of the instances where I'm glad I only have 2 social media accounts, because if I had more, then we would be wasting a lot more time, and I do not want to do that. So, oh, that's my phone going off with a notification that's incorrect. It's the one thing about Streamlabs is that it's not very good at updating the info. Anyway, alright, so hopefully now everything should be in order and we should be ready to roll for real. So anyway, as you can see, yes, I am playing, or I'm planning on playing, the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES. This was released in 1985 by Nintendo. It was the game that supposedly saved the video game market in North America and revolutionized the concept of home gaming, or home video gaming. And we are about to play it right now. Also, as a quick little side joinder to all this, I must let you know that I'm actually not very good at all at this game. I'm pretty bad. I'm gonna try to be doing this legitimately, you know? I mean, I'm gonna try not to immediately go to all the warp zones and all the different ways to, like, skip over a bunch of levels, because I want to try to give you all the full experience of playing this game. Anyway, give me the star. There we go. Okay, now move, Mario, move. So, essentially, what this is... Hi, Let's Talk Games 321. Things are moving smoothly. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm kind of having trouble hearing myself over the audio. But that may just be my headphones. So I'm going to turn the sound down on my headphones and continue playing. So anyway, I'm doing quite well. Let's Talk Games 321. I am just sitting here chilling. It's a nice May afternoon. The sun is shining and it's a bit windy. It's been kind of storming a little bit, but you know, hey. Sometimes things like that just happen. It's called weather and you can never predict it. Well, I tried. I tried. Game's a little louder than the mic though. Okay, I'll fix that fast. Alright, it's at like minus 25 decibels now. Hopefully that's fine. Okay, and okay, whoop. That's not happening. So yes, you will now see my total lack of proficiency in a game made over 30 years ago. Which, you know, is the great joke about, well, there went that potential. That just out the window. You know, the great irony, and also the great irony of me being on a show called Jacob's Gaming Weekend is that I am by no stretch of the imagination a gamer in any sense of the word. So really, it's just me doing silly things and hopefully trying to be funny. So essentially, no, I haven't. I've tried many times. I can get up to World 8 if I warp zone it, but I have never beaten it. I'm not very good at older games. The difficulty curve is much... I hate even where I'm going with that sentence. I don't even like where I'm going, but, like, I think people have talked about it before that it... The difficulty curve is different on the classic NES games because they were trying to really get people staying in the house and playing those old classics which we know and love today. I was about to go back and attack that red Koopa, and then I realized that my pride was not worth it. So, no, I haven't beat the game though. And the goal for this long task I've set upon myself is that hopefully at some point I will be able to beat this game, maybe even legitimately. I mean, I might check you out. Ugh. That was because of me reading chat. That was because I was reading the chat. I mean, I've seen people blast through the game. You know, there are people who are very, very good at this game. I just do not happen to be one of them. But, like, you know, hey, sometimes what's entertaining is failure as much as success. But if you know, I might check you out. Who knows, if I had the time. Bowser! Except it's not really Bowser, because if I had a fire flower, we'd all know that that's actually a Goomba. Oh, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Are you showing up, by the way, on the stream? I better check, make sure all things are as they should be. Ah, there we go. Yes. Not speedrunner status. I mean, never mind. You know, no one in my friend group I think is speedrunner status. I think the only thing I can plausibly speedrun, honestly, is if I'm really going for it, is like Sly Cooper 1. I can get that done in like 2 hours. But even then, I'm kind of out of practice with it, which is why I had Sly Cooper 1 be the first thing I played on the gaming weekend when I kicked the show off, because I was like, well, I know that game really well, and I know that I can get it done really fast, so that'll be what I do to open up proceedings. I mean, man, people are insane at, like, all things. It's dedication. They're chess savants as well. You know, like, there are those, you know, people who, like, can play mad, crazy chess games and do incredible at it, and, you know, there's, like, the ones who, I don't know where I'm going with that point. What I'm saying is that there are people who are proficient in all things, and, you know, there are people who are proficient in, you know, the classic Mario, and that's their stock and trade, and I'm certain it gets them very far, you know? It's like everyone's got their talent, and this is definitely not mine. Okay. Okay, trampoline physics, trampoline awkward physics. Okay, there we go. Ah, well. It's one of those days. Actually, what am I saying? It's every day. This is no. Oh no. I was gonna reference a horrible thing. Oh no. My. Well, it's time to kick into everyone's favorite realm of the land of the water level. I think what I could probably do as well, but this might not be something I do also Mio, is that if I can get Nick and Rob and John in on it. We may do some Mario Maker stuff when the second one comes out. Because I did do a... Alright, cool. Thanks for stopping by. We might do some Mario Maker stuff in the future. On stream, I would assume. I'm not going to do it as a video series. I'll just do that one as a stream. Okay, ooh. Alright, well, at least that one blew by real fast and quick and easy. I cannot tell if chat is showing up in the thing or not. I really honestly cannot tell. It looks like it's not, but, you know, hopefully it will at some point. Because I do have it set up that chat should show up here, but at the same time, it's not what's happening. I'm gonna test that out as well. Let's make sure that this alert is working. Okay, so that's working. So my personal Twitch channel is still hosting, and so okay. I just don't know why chat isn't showing up, but Streamlabs, man, I'm learning it as I do it. Oh, It's like we got two different people running on two different computers, and they're all trying to live stream at once, except that's not really what's happening here. But, ooh, I'm impressed with myself for like 20 seconds. Ah, yeah. Okay. So, we're making good progress. World 2-4, we're already, like, what is this, like a quarter of the way through the game, I guess, would be? Because, yeah, there's 8 worlds, so, yeah, we're already, like, 25% through this thing. Maybe the pressure of feeling like I need to be entertaining. Maybe the pressure of feeling like I have to entertain people will help. Oh, spoke too soon. Now, there is a way, right, to continue if you hold select and then hit start, right? Or is it BA and then start? Well, I don't know, but... Oh, no. Okay, it's BA. Start, right? BA, start. Well, never mind. I don't know. We're starting from the beginning again. This might be the only excuse I give myself for using warp zones, is if we get to a world and then we don't have to play through. Because that is why, I mean, let's talk, whoever that was is already left, but, yeah, the main reason why I've never beaten this game is because if I game over, then it's a start from the beginning, and that is annoying as all hell. So, you know, it's like one of those things, like, I don't want to be, like, stuck in this continual loop of playing the same levels again and again and again. A, because, you know, it'll be very boring to watch, and B, because I don't think that actually progresses anything as far as skill. Like, okay, you learn, like, World 1, like, no one's business, and then you just have that memorized forever in your head, but if you don't, like everyone kind of knows World 1-1 by now, right? Like, everyone does. We've had, like, 34 years of this game to know what you're supposed to do at that part of the game. You know, it's like one of those things, like, repeating World 1 again is not, like, doing that is not going to increase my skill at the game any more so than it would if I was... any more so than it would if I actually knew what I was doing or paid attention to the game. Like, what would actually improve my skills if I kept, like, going over World 2 at least, and then would keep doing that level again and again, and then finally would develop a memory of the level to the point where I know what I'm doing. But that isn't really accomplished when you're playing the same, you know, run of levels again and again, waiting to get to the one that's going to actually progress you forward in, you know, gameplay. So, as far as that is concerned, I would say that it's just one of those things where I'm, like, doing this, but not to, like, do the easy, quick, fast swish through. It's one of those things like I'm doing that in order to get back to where I should be. But I know that there is some cheat code that exists within the game that you can use to, like, continue instead of restarting over and over again. Because that's the main reason why I haven't beaten the game. You know, I would, obviously, if I had the time to dedicate to it, I would try to beat this game, because it's an, you know, ultra omega classic. Not omega, it's an alpha classic. But, I hate that phrase, it's an alpha classic. Alphas. But it is, it's like one of those things that, like, was the big, it's like the Sgt. Pepper of video games, you know, it sort of defined what video games can be, and it, like, lays the groundwork for all that comes later. But, that being said, oh, well, look at this. Oh, well, look at that stuff. Ain't it neat? You know, it's one of those things like, okay, the game defines, like, a genre, and it lays the groundwork for a whole new industry to come up in its wake. But I respect it on that level. But it's also, like, it's not my favorite Mario game. And I don't think it's anyone's favorite Mario game, because the Mario series then innovated so much later on as well that it's like, okay, yes, this game accomplished so much, and it's like an important historical artifact that should be, you know, remembered forever as a pop culture icon. But it also, you know, like, it's been outdone many times in the past. I mean, like, you're already seeing here, too. We're, like, at the point where, like, you get hit once and then you lose, like, not only the fire flower, but also your height advantage. And so that means that if you ever get hit again, then it's, like, one-hit kill. And, you know, sometimes the power-ups are sparse, like in a level like this one. And that's also combined with the inability to move left at all. Because once the screen moves, you can't go backwards at all. And, I mean, it's like one of those things where it just is... Like, there are flaws to the game. And definitely a major one is the fact that should you game over, then you're unable to really continue from where you left off. Which later Mario games always kind of gave you the option to do that. You know, even as far back as Mario 3, you know, at least, I would say they weren't, like, trying to impress upon you that you must always restart from the beginning again and again and again. I mean, the NES didn't have a save function unless if you were, like, playing one of those, like, battery pack games like Legend of Zelda and stuff like... They were waiting for me on that one. I know the methodology with this is that you just run and never stop. Alright, let's test. Okay, so... 1 life. But this is already moving not well for me. Like that and that. Okay, now I'm holding down select. And we'll see if this... If I hit start now... I'm looking this up briefly, so that way I can figure it out. So, how's everyone doing? How's your Sunday afternoon, or morning, or nighttime, or whatever time zone you're in? I hope it's going well. Because, you know, I mean, it's been going well for me as well. I spent my day editing together an album. Not my album, mind you. That will be something that hopefully I can do at some point. But, okay. Alright. Okay. Continue on the same one. Okay. A plus B, and then press start at the game over screen. Alright. Now that that's established, let's move on down the road. We're gonna have to do 1-1 once more, which I know everyone's gonna be, like, so happy to see you again. I mean, let's skip ahead a little bit here, right? Because most of the levels we've seen by now. We know what we're doing. And we could skip ahead here. We'll get a fire flower at the start of World 1-2 anyway. Let's just rip on over. You like the background, by the way? It's the original Mario Bros. Japanese box art for the Famicom disc. I felt that it was fitting, instead of having these ugly black bars on the side of the screen, when you can't even see my face either. So it was like, okay, well, it would be a very minimalist presentation if I don't put something back here, and I haven't really developed like a sort of... We haven't designed yet any like sort of 4x3 aspect banner sort of thing. Like, if you think about it, the last 4x3 series that's been going on has been the SpongeBob one. And for that one, I've been using a background of, you know, like the main Bikini Bottom neighborhood thing. So for this, I'm using Mario's box art, which I probably will do in the future as well, but it's hard to crop that, mind you, but you know, you work with what you got. Okay, that was like really distracting. For a second there, I saw both the feed of the stream and the game at the same time, and I was like, you know, a bit kerfluffled, you know, spatially. Alright. Yeah, man. There we go. So, I'm gonna place my bets now, folks, which is gonna be that in the time that I have to do this show, you are not gonna be really seeing me, succeed at... Yep, nah. You're not gonna really see me succeed too greatly at this game. It's gonna be pretty much, you get what you got. Alright, and... I mean, and as long as, you know, like, people are entertained, I'm happy. But, like, we will probably be at this for a while. And I guess I should talk to you about the title of the stream, which is, you know, reviving the Mario Marathon. So, as some of you longtime viewers may recall, recently we were doing a like a couple of years ago, back when Untitled Caffeine was like Nick and a million other people. I was on Serenade Caffeine as a cast member, or as a, like, sort of supporting cast member for, like, a couple of weeks. It was not long, and I did not record much, and it was pretty chaotic when I was on the show. But, I pretty much tried to use it as an opportunity to, like, get out a bunch of ideas that I'd been sitting on for, like, years and years and years, and one of them was that I wanted to do a long marathon of just the entire Mario series, because it's my personal favorite video game franchise. And I really, really wanted to do that, and Nick was for it, and then we got up to the first 2 arcade games, and then Nick restructured Serenade Caffeine in a major way, and I wasn't a part of that, which was fine. But it was one of those things, like, then a bunch of things got either put on the shelf or I just scrapped because I didn't want to do them again. I thought they wouldn't be as funny the second time around. So, what this essentially is that I'm now taking advantage of the fact that we're doing this new Streaming Sundays thing, and I'm going to try to do the Mario Marathon here, because I think it would actually be really unentertaining to do a long stream of just nothing but Mario on the channel as edited videos, because it's a weekend show and not a daily show. And if we can't really blow through it, like, fast, then at that point we've just become the Mario channel, and I know I don't really want that, and I highly doubt Nick really wants that. We want to be varied in the kind of entertainment we provide to people, so I just figured, well, alright, if we're not going to do this as, whatever. If we're not going to do this as a video series of edited things, I think the best maneuver would be to try to do it as a live stream thing, which is what this is. So the goal will be to hopefully get to a point in this game where we've really seen all that there is to see. I think the difference with the arcade games is that we got through the story. The difference was that with the arcade games, they were, like, by nature, repetitious. So, say, for example, we got through the story of Donkey Kong. Like, we were playing the North American version, so it was not a hard endeavor to see the story of Donkey Kong. But we got through the entirety of the story of Donkey Kong. And saw practically all the levels, sans the like, cement block conveyor belt one. And so I felt like we'd pretty much accomplished all we were going to accomplish in Donkey Kong, and Mario Bros. Is just a brawler kind of video game, so it wasn't like we were going to be really like missing anything if we didn't get like deep into the levels. I'm certain there were like enemies that we didn't see, but like by the time we would have seen them, it would have been just me and like fighting against them, and I'm again not a spectacular virtuoso at video games, so I figured that okay, like just watching me fail at the original Mario arcade game was not going to be an entertaining video either. So instead, let's work with what we got and try to just move on and do the things that people actually would want to see in a Mario Marathon, which is the platformer games. So I think what'll probably happen, I've never been able to figure out how to do the Infinite Lives glitch, so I'm not going to try. I think now that we're getting into like the core games and like the ones that everyone remembers and praises and, you know, like has fond memories of, I think now that we're in that, we're going to try to actually beat them, get through the stories at least. But we'll see what we do there. And even with that being said, I mean, there are games in the Mario Marathon that I don't want to touch because I've already played them and talked about them, and I don't think I will top what I did when I did them before. So instead of running the risk of doing something again, but less effectively, I'd much rather just, you know, kind of do my own thing. Okay. Ah! Missed the timing on that one. Well, we're getting farther than we have before. We're now at World 3-3, so this will be like, you know, we're already like over 25% done with the game. And if we get to the end of World 4-4, then we'll already have like finished half of it, so I'll be satisfied. And I know that it's supposed to be like, okay, and then you do it again on the harder difficulty, and that's when it's the real end of the game. But that's arcade, you know, extension stuff. I'm not into that. We'll do like the one go around, and then we'll call it there. I mean, and not for this stream, mind you. We'll finish the stream. My methodology is that all these streams are going to be at least an hour long, and if no one's watching, then I just, like, call it a day. Though I do know that people were watching at one point, so that's good news. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Move through these, and move through that. Oh, Mushu, Oh! What the... Okay. Alright, and that should be... Oh! Bugger. Okay, well... World 3, though, now. At least we're not going to go back to World 2. We're going back to World 3. But see, and therein lies a major issue with this game, right? And is that, like, okay, so it would be one thing if it's like, ah, man, I screwed up that level, I had to, or, like, start back from the opening of the world, right? That's one thing. It's quite another thing to then be like, well, no, you have to restart the entirety of the game again, right? That doesn't fly today, and rightfully so. It's quite obnoxious and doesn't really add to anything gameplay-wise. It just sort of elongates a game. which, you know, in the 80s you wanted to do because it was the 80s. But now we're in the 2010s and the competition is much more fierce. And if you're going to be revisiting classic games like these, you kind of want to, you know, do it. Whoa! I got that before it even fully rose. Phrasing. Alright, and okay, come on. There we go. And this, and alrighty. And we're on our way, folks. Let's just zoom on over to World 3. So, at least I know I almost got that continue code to work correctly. I think what I needed to do is just not let go of A and B until I'd finally gotten it. But we'll see. Obviously, don't arrest me, but obviously I'm not playing this on a real NES. I mean, Nick owns, an NES, because I don't know if he still owns it, but he has one. But, like, to actually play this on an NES and then get it hooked up to a capture card, A, I can't even conceive of. But B, also, like, that's a whole system involving coaxials, and the technology of the NES is not really suited to capture card stuff. And, I mean, aside from the Virtual Console, which, like, my Wii pretty much doesn't work anymore. I don't even think I don't have my Wii actually anymore because I gave it to Lucas Reveal from the Lazy Players, and then he either never gave it back or I just like said to him to take it. And so I don't really remember what the answer to that scenario is, but I do know that I definitely don't have my Wii anymore. And so if I was gonna try to do it, I'd have to do it through the Wii U, which is like everyone's favorite Nintendo console. And also, like, my Wii remotes pretty much don't work anymore either. So, like, it's just a cavalcade of failure that's befitting me today. Not today, just this stream. We'll see how far we get. If I get at least, like, to World 4 by the end of the stream, then I'll be pretty satisfied. I will have no complaints, honestly. Because that'll be, you know, that'll be suitable. Almost killed myself. But not today. Oh yeah. I'm such a video game plebeian. That'll probably be what stops this stream channel from being popular, is that I am not at all a Game Boy. I am a game sass, you know, what does a game sass means? It means you play video games to sass people off and not to actually be good. Which, like, there are much more effective ways that you can sass someone off than playing video games, but you kind of get my goat, and that's what's important. The main lesson here is what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say, honestly, is that if you could bring my goat back, I would be most appreciative. I've been using the goat to try to mow my lawn. It's eaten up my garden, which is kind of an unfortunate side effect, but, you know, that's just how it is. Oh, Lord. Well, alright. So, if we can get that. And that larg. Ow. Alright. Well, those were all nonsense consonants. But hey, you know, sometimes the world is a nonsense continent. Oh! Did I get wise in 20 seconds? The answer, unequivocally, is no. I did not get wise in 20 seconds. I just got profoundly dumb. But the important thing was that even in my stupidity, it was profound stupidity. Okay, now if I can hold on to this, it changes virtually nothing. But at least that, jump it. Okay. The concern is real on my end. I shouldn't be messing with the fates, and yet I am. Okay, wow, alrighty. We did it, folks. We've made it to World 4. If I know this is where I'm gonna start failing, but, you know, if I can actually get to a point when I feel comfortable and secure in my life, then I will be quite happy. Okay, now, let's just get these out of the way. Let's clear a path. And Lucky 2 is gonna be following us through the thick and thin. He's a friend in that sense. Alright. I can just be able to get the reflexes right on the... Nope. The answer was nope. I could not get the reflexes right on the... I just had to accept that my reflexes were none. And brog! I mean, if we get to the end of World 4, that's halfway done. That is halfway done, kids. We're currently, like, you know, what's half of 25? Like, 12 and a half. So we're, like, at least 38% done with the game by now. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment, to be 38% done with a game. Keep on skipping levels, it makes life easier. Okay, no. No, okay, look, we need to kind of get back down there. Oh! You've seen through my ruse. I couldn't have expected this. Well, at least I'm back in land. That suits me. That's my fault. That's totally on me. Okay, let's try this code. Work? Maybe. Okay, well. I guess the curse of the emulator, or at least the emulator I am using, is that I will be unable to really restart from each world each time, because I will be, well, unable to do the continue code. Which I did not expect to happen, but alas, that is what my life appears to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to now go to World 4. I think what I will probably have to end up doing, unless people get really angry with me for cheating the system a little bit, but this is going to be something that eventually happens, and I know of this, is that I'll just have to do, like, save state at each world, at, like, the start of each world, and then dependent on whatever my stats are is how I enter each world. You know, because I don't want this to be, like, the World 1 and World 1-2 stream. That would be dull, and I've said that, you know, but I'm trying my best. This is the first time I've really been able to just stream of conscious talk for a while on this show. I think normally I try to rely on others these days to do the commentary for me. But then, you know, I mean, maybe it's the game. You know, maybe it's the game I'm playing that decides on whether or not I'm actually good at speaking or stretching in a video. You know, this one is pretty simplistic. There's not too many layers you have to really pick apart to play Super Mario 1. Oh no, he's a failure once more. You know, I mean, it's like one of those things, like, you can actually kind of shut your brain off while playing this, and I don't think it would affect things too much. Not any more than it would if you were like, I mean, I guess it just, it takes the attention away, I guess, would be what happens, but... Alright. Or maybe it's, you know what it might be? It might be that, I'm still kind of wondering why the chat box wasn't doing its job. It might be because of like, I don't know, maybe Nick put a timer on it now that's like, at this specific time, like, the chat disappears. I can't guarantee that, but, like, I think that might be what happened. Okay. That. Alright, in here. Oh, I could have done this the whole time. Well. Butter me sideways. I did not know this. Let's try to get some money. Alright, there we go. And now we're moving. Now we've progressed. I'm not gonna do the save state bit this stream. I'll do it like later. Alright, and I'm glad that we're kicking off on a high note on that level. Definitely starting off strong. Alright, and it's that headway, man. I gotta get that headway in. We've worked all our lives to try to get up to this point, and then we're just gonna fail immediately. That will be very much how typical things get typically arranged, you know. But, you know, as long as every lemon gets its happiness, then that will be enough for me and Sally Lee. Okay, now, if I could not jump into the pit. Alright! 4-4. This is practically like 48% now. We're making it. We are doing good. If we have, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go longer if I'm, like, really feeling confident about my game ability. But that is almost never something that happens. Oh, this is the maze. This is the maze level. Right. Okay. So then it's moved down here. Correct? Holy schlamacow, I cannot believe I pulled that off in one go, and we're 50% done. Halfway. Wow, I cannot believe I memorized that maze. Wow. Because that's the castle that loops around if you don't move in the correct orientation. And I somehow had it imprinted in my brain exactly the way to move. I'm certain I would have probably done it wrong the first go around, but like I just was kind of moving on autopilot. So I guess I knew what I was supposed to. I shouldn't have been buggering around with that Koopa. I should have just let it go, and now I'm paying the risk. Oh, but look at this now. We've got a difference here. We've now got star power. Star power. Hit me with that star power. Boyo. Are we already at 5? Oh, wow. This is moving faster than I would have expected, I must say. I did not expect to get to 5-1 in 43 minutes. Or 5-2, I should say. And I still don't expect myself to get to 5-2 in... Oh! I hit it at the right time. Okay. Everyone's favorite thing. Going up against a hammer bro without... Yeah. Without a mushroom. Especially that one, because that one just straight up, that has to be death, right? That just is, like, immediate destruction and sadness. Alright, let's go here. One of these has to be a mushroom, right? One of these has to be a mushroom. Good. Okay, because now we can kind of suicide our way through that. Or we can jump right on through to the other side. Amazing. It's one of those things, like, when I'm not expecting myself to do good, suddenly the skill enters into it. And I don't know why that is. Oh, I don't even know how I got you, but I did. And I'm glad I did. Wow, this is just a series of luck events happening right now. Because I'm not even attempting to pretend that I'm competent. Oh man, I'm sucking my own exhaust now, and that's dangerous. But oof, but I'm also like not dying, and I'm quite happy that I'm not dying. And so, best to keep this gravy train a-rolling. And I can just, alright. And then you're gonna jump down there. Uh-huh. And that should be right the end. Woo! Lord. This is not going bad. I'm not upset with this. I don't normally get upset at Mario, but I'm not upset with the pace I'm at right now. I gotta tell ya, this is... And the reality, too, is that this is practically just World 1 again, but now with bullets and smaller platforms. So, okay, whoa. Trixie. Let's get this. Can I? Yeah, I can, baby. Because that's actually something I learned. So, something I once tried to do during the big time when Mario Maker 1 was popular, which, not saying it isn't still popular, is that I was trying to make, essentially, in the Mario Maker engine, combined with the Mario U palette, I wanted to make an HD remake of the first game. And what I realized is that actually, by the time we get to World 5, the levels loop in on themselves, and they just become copies of what they were before, but just slightly harder. So, that's what this is. Except I'm certain that things are different, and nope, that was just death. That was just straight up death. That was, I should have, and I gotta do it from World 1 again. Joy, but you know, hey, at least now we've made it up to 5-4. We can justify using warp zones to get straight to level 5, or World 5, I should say. So I say, let's just enjoy our evening in the time we have left, because it's moving along smoothly. That was the big muck up there, because I haven't really seen much past World 5, I must admit. So, I mean, I know at least World 8, because, like, you know, I'm human. I've done the whole World 1-2, World 4-2, World 8-1 thing before, but, you know, and I will probably do it as well again here if we still aren't progressing by the time we get up to World 8, but, you know, I'm currently not there yet, but I am to the point where I'm willing to go, okay, time to jump ahead into some warp zones. Okay, now that's... no! Okay, well, we can still savor this if we just move slowly. My nose is like itching like crazy, and it's really driving me batty up the wall. Alright. If we can move up here, and then... okay, that's fine. It's fine. Still can salvage. Still can salvage. Alright. Still can salvage. Still can salvage. Alright, and I can get this as well. Great. This keeps us another step away from game overing once more. Hit it once more. Okay. Now, right, up to World 4. A dink, a dink, a dunk, a donk. There we go. Now I just gotta get my way through the spiny course, and we should be good to go. Maybe if I'm, like, really in the zone, we'll be able to keep this fire flower into World 5, but I highly doubt we will be doing that. So... just don't overthink it. Just go with gut instinct, and happiness will be your reward. Oh my, oh my, oh my. How simply splendiferous this is. Okay, now let's try for the good warp zone. Not the bad one, because there is a one that's unimpressive here. I'm talking about the one that gets you places. Or actually, I guess that I guess we're going for World 5, aren't we? Yeah, so we should go for the bad one, because the good one gets us, like, to World 6, and we're not aiming for World 6 just yet. We will at some point in our lives, but now, das is not the time. So instead, we're just aiming for World 5. World 5 away to a better day. That's what I've gotta say. World 5. Yep. Alright, let's go. Whoop, let's go. So now we're back where we were before, and with considerably more advantage in some sense. And maybe that actually should, maybe that's like the good example of why save stating on this game might actually be to your disadvantage, or even continuing in this game could be to your disadvantage. Because if you can work out that warp zone thing real well, you can enter into this with like, I started talking and thinking and not playing. I have to think to play or make this entertaining, but I need to know to balance the two out as well. Whoa. It doesn't help either, and I don't know if it's showing up on stream, but like the characters keep kind of flickering in and out of existence, and it makes it profoundly much more difficult to judge what jump you're supposed to be taking it at. But this is pretty much the same status that we were at before. So, with that in mind, let's enter into World 5-2. Now that is gonna just blow your load. There you go. Great, fantastic. Fantabulous. Okay, and then before I head over there, you have a super mushroom for me. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Good. Clack-a-lacka-lacka-flacka-lacka-lord. Alright, well, I think this is pretty much where I was at before anyway. Alright, and now I'm having difficulty taking on the Hammer Bros, and that is going to be my downfall, and I can foresee it now. I'm not a soothsayer, but I've been told to soothe the soul a fortnight ago. It was many a wander. Okay. Stream of conscious sentence. It streams so sweetly. Alright, now that the Buzzy Beetle just hit him and touching swift away. If it is, okay, now and then. Propositions and prepositions all day. Okay, fantabulous. This is what's called not caring what you say. It's a good way of improv if you can just know that words exist and you can get your throat and mouth to make what sound like words and sentences. If there is no coherence, that's fine, because, you know, they get what you mean and they mean what you get. And as long as you just keep doing that, you will be fine in the Let's Play community. You know, I mean, I like the intellectual episodes of the Gaming Weekend, but I also recognize that, you know, sometimes what's funny, at least on my solo Let's Plays, are the ones where I just am not even trying to make a shred of sense. I can probably get that mushroom if I get it. Yeah, haha. Alright, now, the motorcade is moving on without the parade. Alright. So, that. Whoa, you tried, but you couldn't grab the tomato if you tried. Okay. So, we're gonna try for this again. If I die here, because I'm on one life, if I die here, then I'm probably gonna call off the stream. I'm satisfied with how far we've gotten. And if we... Thank you so much for coming to the stream. It's been a good one. I'm satisfied with how things turned out. 5-4. That's pretty... We got over halfway there. So if I figure out the kinks of this continue code and why it's not working, and if I, you know, really hone my skills and craft, then I think that if we'll probably, maybe, I don't want to shoot my mouth off, but maybe if we're lucky, we'll be done with this by the next streaming Sunday stream. So that is it, and I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out, be sure to follow the channel, obviously, so, you know, it helps us out a lot, shows us there's an audience, and we are going to raid someone right now. I'm wondering, is someone teased earlier today that they were streaming? Well, they're not live now, so that's no-go. But we do need to raid someone, because I know someone at least is watching. Let's see on my phone. Who is live, aside from me, that we can raid? Because that is the way of Twitch. You don't just close out the stream. You send it away, and, you send it off to a better place in the sky than where you started from. Well, I appear to be... Alright, okay, I know who will do. Let's go, raid Barry. Everyone loves Barry. I know I love Barry, and I hope you love Barry too. Okay, we're going to raid Barry streaming right now. I don't know what he's up to, but he makes good videos, and I like his content, and we are going to raid him. So that is what is happening. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back here again next week at same time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Dependent on how many people are watching will be dependent on how long the stream goes for. My name has been Jacob, and you've been wonderful, wonderful people. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye. Get ready for the raid. It's in 9 seconds. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And go. And off you go.